Hey guys, Natalie Vasquez here. Just want to go over the importance of forgiveness. I think it's critical that you reflect and realize when you're in a moment where either your values or beliefs are telling you, they're so strong, they're telling you, I can't forgive this person. There's no way I can forgive this person. Not even an inch. You'd be surprised what you can do. You know, you can forgive. Believe it or not. Should you forgive is probably the more important question, but can you forgive? Indefinitely. So I wanted to just go over a few of the things that happens when you don't forgive, and so hopefully this will click to you of how important this is. You can tell that it does create some space between you where you don't want to talk, you don't want to have any conversations with them, which is a very sad situation. Builds resentment. So nothing worse than that word resentment, right? You could Google it, really look at that word, really understand it, and see that it does eat at you very slowly and just ruins your day, really. Makes it difficult to trust again. So if you're holding on to these strong beliefs and values that you just cannot forgive, you are not allowing yourself to build anything else. You can't rebuild trust if you're stuck in resentment and you're stuck in unforgiveness, because it's like, even when someone changes, the past can still hurt, but you've got to figure out a way to get out of those memories, out of those thoughts, and just move on and move forward. Easier said than done. Totally get it. But I do want to read these things off because they do make a big impact. They have an impact on our life. It turns small problems into big problems. And you'll notice that if you're hanging on to something, you're just mad about everything. You're just bringing up things that don't even really matter, that you can totally get over if you had chosen to or choose to. So it does prevent you from, being in a place where you're in a loving place with them. It prevents you from being in an open and honest place with them. Not forgiving somebody can just put you in a very ugly mental space. It also can create emotional walls where you just have put up all these boundaries and now no one can even get to you because you're so upset. You're not gonna forgive. You're gonna hang on to it with all you've got. And now look at how you feel. You're not open. You're not this fun, loving, friendly person anymore, and you hate everything. So why would you want to be there? Forgiveness is the magic key. Forgiveness is the answer. It's just hard to do sometimes. Totally get that, totally. But it can keep your relationship stuck in the past, and that is definitely something you don't want to do. It's not fun for anybody, and it makes you just not enjoy your day, your future, your dreams, or you don't even have room for any of that. I think it can also create a cycle of defensiveness, which is also very hard to get out of, but they have to understand that you're coming from a good place. And that means that you have to be coming from a good place if you don't want their walls up all the time. If you want to have these honest and real conversations, you have to have good intentions. You can't be coming at them trying to figure things out and how to get the information and then use it against them later. You can't be doing stuff like that. You have to really care and love. And if you lead with that, and that is true for you, and you're being honest that you do want love to supersede everything else, then eventually you will come out of these feelings. Eventually trust will happen again. Eventually you will be able to forgive. But if you're letting your brain lead all the time and you're going around and you're asking your friends for advice, most of our friends don't have great advice. We always have one or two friends that are actually pretty good and they give us decent advice, like, hey, don't get mad at that, they're probably coming from this place. Most of the time you have friends in your circle that are going to fuel your anger or agree with you or make you feel like you're right. That may not necessarily be a very healthy place to be. I'm eating some gummy worms, but I wanted to add two more really important ones, which was, so if you don't forgive, it makes reconnecting, reconciliation very, very difficult, because you're hanging on to something that makes you angry right? It puts you in a negative space. And so again, I know you're saying, Natalie, it's not that easy. Don't act like it's that easy. Don't live in la la land. I'm not asking you to live in la la land. I'm trying to help you get past something that is preventing you from really seeing the relationship for what it could be. Because really what we do is we try to hang on to all these things which negatively affects the relationship. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, of course. But people think, oh, well, as it should, right? It should negatively impact it. It happened. It's negative. Sure. But are you still in a place where you want things to work? Are you still in a place where you want like to be with that person forever? If you are, then you gotta listen to this stuff, because this is where the answers are. They are in forgiveness, so that you can move, so that you can move forward and stop like punishing the relationship and the other person. The other one that I had thought of was that it just destroys connection. So you cannot talk to each other anymore, because all you can think about is this ruminating thought of, you messed up, you're a piece of crap, blah blah blah, blah. It's on and on in your brain. But if you can develop a strength, a mental strength, a stronghold, if you will, where you can say, no 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 brain, I'm not going to allow you to destroy what I'm trying to do here. At the same time, I'm a big believer in allowing feelings to naturally like move their way through. So if you're angry, hey, I'm a big believer in like, hey, I'm not feeling good today, I'm angry today, I got to work through it. I will try to not explode. I'm gonna try not to yell. These are goals that people should make, because we do get out of whack. We become stressed out from work. Our boss is giving us like these unmeasurable, I don't know what's the word, the demands are very high sometimes on us, and the stress level can be so great that we really can't think past it. We are stuck in this bubble of stress. Also, a really big one too I want to end with is emotional exhaustion. I can't tell you the number of clients I talk to who haven't forgave, can't forgive. They can't seem to reach that place, and they always say the same thing. I'm exhausted. I'm tired, and it's obviously, this is something you're thinking about all the time. Can't let it go. I want you to try to, just for a second, maybe not necessarily let it go, but think about the possibilities if you do. Take care. Have a great rest of the week, and talk to you soon.